I've always said, and I think, at least in a 5-county area, I represented the worst of the worst. I've had clients in prison for the rest of their life, one of them for killing an 18-month-old child. I've had clients who raped elderly women, sold drugs, killed people with drugs, killed people with guns. But I was always comfortable, and my role is, we have this system. In fact, the defense attorney is one of the few occupations that's mentioned in the Constitution, that is that important, that needs to be in the Constitution. I've been comfortable saying my job is to test the evidence. You are accusing this person of doing something, and it's harder when it's a very terrible crime, but we have to make sure the system works for those people. I always thought, how would I handle it if a client of mine is doing life in prison? I'm fine with it. He's fine with it. We've talked. We did what we could for him to make sure the system worked. And the fact the jury was out for over a day, I know the system worked. I know they struggled with, are we convinced beyond a reasonable doubt? They eventually said yes, and I think it was the right verdict. But I've always said when the whole world is trying to push someone off the cliff who's a bad person, I was really happy to be the one person standing there saying, hold on, let's just make sure we're doing this right. And if you convict them, then okay, we did our best. So I don't invite my clients home. And after 22 years, I am a little wore out because I'm representing bad people, but I feel like I'm representing all of you too, because if the rules don't apply to them, they don't apply to us. If the Constitution doesn't apply to that guy they want to kick in his door because they're pretty sure he's selling drugs, then that means they can kick in our doors. And I've heard rumors about me and rumors about you, and rumors get started. Our system says no, we don't act on that. We have to have proof. And before we take away someone's life or put them in prison for a very long time, I'm comfortable with a system that says this is how it has to work. And I liked my part in that system. It was never, I like people who murder. I like drug dealers. I've got a family. I don't like that these people are in our county. I wish they weren't. I wish I didn't have a job when I was a defense attorney. But I like the fact that I was strong enough and comfortable enough in that unpopular position of saying, wait a minute, before we go after this guy, these are the rules, this is the burden of proof, this is the process you have to use to convict this person. And you fight hard, but the system only works if both sides fight hard. I see a lot of lawyers who don't want to fight like that. And they come in, you got my guy, what's the best deal, what do you give us? Okay, but as a judge, you can expect more of the attorneys in your courtroom. And, this is the evidence, and not for a defense, the same thing for prosecution. Well, this witness now says he didn't hit her, we're willing to give you disorderly conduct. Stop it. You have ways to check that story. You have ways to challenge that version. If you have her prior recorded statement where she said he punched me in the face, you can use that at trial. Don't just give up because it looks hard. I see a lot of that and I don't like it. But at the same time, I was always comfortable in my role. I never felt like I was endorsing the crime. I was defending the Constitution, which I think applies to all of us. So I was comfortable. I had some very unpopular cases. I had some people that were very vocal about how they despised me or what I did or the case. I always thought there'd be rocks thrown through the window of my office in Loudonville. Never happened. But I think most people understand the role of the defense attorney, and I was comfortable with it. I just knew it wasn't a popular position, but I knew it had to be done.